Kitten, I just noticed something. The insignia on our armour. Are we the baddies, mate? Hey guys, MasakoX here. It's that time again. April Fools! Okay, granted, this isn't the most straightforward April Fools in 2020, for obvious reasons, but we are the MasakoX channel, and together, dagnabbit, we're gonna keep with the tradition because we need a bit of a laugh right now, as well as a what if, which is quite unusual from the normal batch of stories that we get here. If you're new to the channel, then I must say welcome. But when it comes to what ifery here, we try usually to keep things as logical and true to the original source material as possible, in order to make adventures and narratives and scenarios which feel authentic to you, the reader, or listener, or viewer. Here though, we can be a little bit more bold in our approach with these April Fool what ifs, just like what we did with our two previous outings in terms of April Foolery what ifery. Both these stories are still going strong to this day, much freer than their fellow stories. Today though, we're going into something which has come up very frequently in our weekly What If Roundtable live streams, which you can jump into and request story ideas in, as well as find out our thoughts on them every Thursday, as well as a helping supporting the channel, to which we are most grateful. It all has something to do with the most cohesive team within the Dragon world, possibly even more harmonious than the Dragon team themselves. Today, we are experiencing the idea of what might happen if the Ginyu Force turned good. What? You mean they get to be relevant again? Not just relegated to Tugama Ginyu and the lamest exit from Dragon Ball Super ever? Indeed they do. Making this happen normally in a typical what if would be quite difficult. You see, the Ginyu Force are a mixed bag of beings at the best of times. Some of them are somewhat decent people just following orders, they're pretty strong, but then you get the likes of Recoome, who is a straight up brute. Also, their boss is pretty strict. If he got even just the slightest inkling that his top squad were about to do an about face, a face turn, he would be very swift to put them to bed. Forever. That's been the biggest hurdle for any normal story involving this idea. But here though, in the realms of the April Fool, we can be wilder with our hypotheses. For your viewing pleasure, we present to you, what if the Ginyu Force became good guys? We start our story in the wake of the Namek and Freeza sagas. The Ginyu Force had indeed done their part in the story like before, and all of them, except Froggy, had bitten the dust way before Goku became Super Saiyan. The planet was still blown up, and the gang still had to do their utmost in order to save the Namekians from total destruction. The Dragon team have sat up and just witnessed something amazing. From out of nowhere, a mysterious Saiyan warrior who just so happened to have a sword just managed to defeat not only Freeza, but also his father, who was at least as strong as his son, without even an ounce of effort seemingly put in. It had taken everything Goku had to do the same to Freeza not too long ago. How strong is this other Super Saiyan? The group is in awe. But before they can process this revelation even further, the boy announces that Goku should be here soon and shows them the place where he's going to land. How does he know Goku? Did he learn this from him, this power? Questions for later though, because wouldn't you know it? There is indeed a space pod flying to Earth. Goku! Wait, why are there 5 of them? Unless Goku managed to make some friends in space, this might be round 2. But at least this mysterious Saiyan warrior is on their side, right? Everyone is, understandably, pretty shocked. It's been a very shocking day for them. However, they seem rather happy when Goku does emerge from that pod to warn them about Freeza. Also confused why all of his friends and allies, except Vegeta of course, seem so happy to hear this. Everyone stops in their tracks. They can hear familiar voices coming from the 4 remaining pods. Recoome, Burter, Jeice, Guldo! Together we are the Goku Force! There is a very distinct silence resonating from the landing site. Nobody knows what to think. In the midst of all of this, Goku seems very embarrassed. Before you say anything, this was not my idea. Oh, come on, kitten! Master Goku, let yourself go! You look mighty fine in the old kitten's pose. You're a natural fit. He would be proud of how well you fit in. The silence continues, but then is punctured by the sound of Vegeta readying a ki blast. Not really that keen to learn anything about why the Ginyu Force are here, this surprise twist, with Krillin and Gohan looking pretty scared as well. Kakarot, I don't know where to start. I always thought you were a moron, but this just Move away from them! That is if you don't want to be in the blast zone. Goku leaps out of the pod and gets in the way of Vegeta, frantically trying to calm him down. No, Vegeta, they're fine now. Don't worry. I got them under control. Jeice reiterates his new captain's sentiments, him now basically parroting Goku as he did with Ginyu. Yeah, mate, no need to worry. As to how we got back, we're not exactly sure ourselves. The last thing I recall is the short one over there firing a blast at me, and then the next thing I remember, Lord Freeza's right there, with Goku looking all golden-like. Gohan ponders this recollection for a second, having calmed himself down. You see, in this universe, things changed from the original story. The wishes conducted on the sets of Dragon Balls were worded slightly differently from what we're accustomed to. Now, instead of Mr. Popo wishing for all those that were victims of Freeza and his henchmen on Namek to be brought back to life, which would exclude Vegeta's victims naturally, hence why the Ginyu Force remained in the other world, he worded it as recently offed by evil doers. It was a catch-all statement. As for why the Ginyu Force weren't transported back to Earth along with the others, in the midst of Namek being blown up, well, Dende, quite rightly, was more flustered in this timeline. He wished for all Namekian life, except Goku and Freeza, and its allies to be transported to Earth. Some of the group are starting to get their heads around this, but one, and I think you know who it is not budging from his original musing. Do you honestly think those buffoons are speaking the truth? Kakarot, they're trying to clearly trick you! Do you not realize how serious of a problem they are from my reaction back then?
Wait, you were scared of us?
Oh my, this is excellent material. How scared were you of us, Vegeta? Did you soil yourself on the utterance of our names by chance?
Recoome can't help but chuckle too, Jeice choosing not to hear this. Goku decides to stop any more sass coming from his new friends.
You got a chance to do some good training together, and they're cool now, guys, seriously. Well, except Guldo, he's still kind of a jerk, but we're working on that.
Guldo doesn't take too kindly to that, but then quietens down, realizing he's the weakest of the group, and in this moment could easily be silenced by Vegeta. Then Recoome approaches Krillin and Gohan. He kneels down to their level since he's about 10 feet tall, and they aren't. Recoome apologizes for his behavior. Master Goku has explained to Recoome that it was wrong to take you down without your permission. He offers his gigantic hand, which both of them reluctantly shake. At least he isn't crushing said hands.
These guys were able to help me get off Namek before it exploded. They knew how to pilot Frieza's ship, and, well, here we are. After that, we crash-landed on Yardrat, where the local people brought us back to health. And oh, by the way, who's the new guy?
Oh yeah, Trunks is there, everyone forgot. Quite reasonably regarding the situation, too. The boy seems very confused and asks to talk with Goku alone, as everyone is glaring at the Ginyus, keen for them not to make any sudden movements. Burter then chooses to break the silence.
So, this is Earth, huh? Neat. It's blue. Like my skin. It's perfect.
What are you gonna do now, since you guys are not serving Freezer anymore? And this guy over there just dealt with his father as well, questions Krillin, trying to act all tough but failing. Well, Jeice mutters, well, I don't really know. But one thing I do know is that kiddo over there is not to be messed with. He must be really strong. Almost as strong as Master Go. They're interrupted by Goku and Trunks measuring their powers as Super Saiyans, which infuriates Vegeta and greatly pleases Guldo. He is pleased by Vegeta's anger. After Goku and Trunks' conversation is finished, the former returns to the group and fills them in regarding the whole android affair.
Don't worry, Master Goku. Your squad is going to stay here and fight these androids,
proclaims Burter with great fervor. Well, where are you gonna stay? Asks Krillin. Recoome is easy to accommodate.
We'll figure that out later.
Goku's looking for support in Bulma. She can see Goku's face contorting to an expression that reads,
do me a solid, old pal, please.
But he's getting no solids from anyone at the moment. They still don't trust this group one iota. Jeice chooses to break the ice in this awkward moment. Well, in the meantime, we could keep ourselves busy by collecting them Dragon Balls to revive our kitten. Piccolo looks at them sharply. I knew it. Can't believe you were so foolish in trusting these oafs. He isn't worried though, since they're not strong exactly, but it's the principle of the matter. Goku, do you really think that it's a good idea for them to revive their captain? He's gonna make them turn against us any moment, says Krillin in Goku's ear. Also, they might end up resurrecting Freezer again. Jeice can hear all this and again speaks for his new boss. No, mates, we're past that, really. Our captain is a very good fella. He'll understand. He lets us practice our choreography whenever we want. Kakarot, if this backfires, it's all on you. And so the Ginyu, or Goku Force remain on Earth. Dr. Briefs uses one of the lesser used capsule houses on the complex in West City to accommodate them. A safe distance away from the main Briefs residence, quite understandably. Though they seem to be a bit of a nuisance at first, your typical fish out of space water affair, they quickly prove to be pretty useful in day-to-day life, relishing the free time and liberal mood in comparison to the time under Frieza's bidding. There, for the most part, they spent almost all their waking moments doing whatever their boss wanted doing. They barely had time to themselves, and so that's why they bonded as a group. They needed solidarity in a time when their individual personalities were not stimulated at all. Here on Earth, though, they got to play the role of mini superheroes, sort of like what the Pride Troopers do. Saving cats from trees, beating up bandits, you get the idea. This doesn't go unnoticed either. Quickly, they become a sensation amongst the locals. Then, the world's press went crazy. The space adventurers with a heart of gold. Except the short green one, he was a bit of a jerk.
I'm working on it! Jeez!
The first person in the Dragon team that is willing to give them a chance is Krillin, as he stops by their place to investigate. Guldo is of course trying to play tricks on him, just to prank the poor guy, and assert his dominance like on Namek, but he soon gets berated by Jeice and Burter for being so rude and ungrateful to their guest. Krillin quickly realizes that, yes, their transformation is genuine. Their energy is not in readiness, they're feeling relaxed, unlike the energy ready to pounce back then. From what he could gather from Jeice, they realized that their loyalty to Freeza was only because they thought of him as the ultimate power in the universe. Seeing Goku beat him up made them question their loyalties. All they want now is to bring back their old captain. They miss him dearly. He was like a father figure to them. Krillin starts to sympathize with them, trying to explain to his friends that these four are not as bad as he thought, and strangely pure in their own right. Bulma's not so sure still, but Krillin manages to convince her to at least give them a dragon radar to at least try and bring Ginyu back. He even offers to escort them if it will help the situation. Even Krillin now is strong enough to stop them if it comes to that. Upon finding this out, the Ginyu gang are so grateful that they clean up the entire Capsule Corp grounds in no time, all thanks to the seizure procedure. Even Dr. Briefs is impressed. In no time at all, they manage to gather the Dragon Balls. "Okay, Dragon, bring back our kitten!" Shenron muses this for a second before responding.
I cannot grant that wish. The one you call Captain is still alive. However, he does not possess the body that he was born in.
Well, we already know that, big-lithered guy. That's been kind of his thing.
No, he is combined to the body of an Namekian frog. A frog that lives here on Earth.
So, the kitten is still alive. Come on, guys! We need to go on an epic journey to find that frog!
Recoome is unsure. Frogs are small and this planet is big.
Relax, guys. My super speed will mean that we can cover this world without breaking a sweat.
Or maybe it's that frog that's been following us the whole time. Yep, that's a Namekian frog right there. This frog is waving its hands in the air frantically, trying to catch their attention, and has been for quite some time. Dragon, can you place that frog's mind back into the body that mind was in before?
Your wish is granted.
And so Ginyu gets turned back into his horned self.
Well done, boys. Now, we should use these balls one more time to bring back Lord Freeza and start to invade this joke of a planet. Men, the dance of enthusiasm!
But there is no enthusiasm amongst his men.
My friends, what is wrong? Don't tell me my greatest fear has come true and that I am in the presence of deserters.
You know, Captain, Earthlings aren't really that bad.
And Recoome is kind of tired of taking orders from Freeza. Recoome likes orders from you, though. So, if that is what the captain wishes...
Do we have to? Guldo croaks in. Ginyu pauses. For the first time in his life, he doesn't have to follow orders. Of course, he could attempt to steal the body of that Goku fellow again, yeah, but where would that get him? Especially on these guys' home planet. As the frog, he watched how successful his boys were, and how many great poses they came up with on their own. And besides, this whole superhero shtick allows a fantastic platform for their moves to be witnessed by the world, and even, perhaps, his greatest dream yet, the Ginyu Dance School! If something stronger comes along before then, they can always switch sides again.
You know what, boys? You are right. Forget it. From now on, the Ginyu Force are on a freelance basis.
The four henchmen are really happy to hear that, and so you know it, the Ginyu Force become a hero for hire type of group. Despite the Dragon team still not fully trusting Ginyu, the others have managed to soften their hearts. Maybe they will be helpful with the fight against the androids, who knows? But this is a tale for another day. So what do you guys think? Does this feel like a good April Fool adventure? How will the Ginyu Force adapt to Earth's society? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. And I shall see you in the next video. Catch you later!